IPPs seek priority status on forex allocation. Herald Business, IPPs in Zimbabwe, are struggling to implement some of their planned power projects due to financial limitations. Independent power producers, IPPs, have pleaded with the government to prioritize the energy industry in the allocation of foreign currency at the auction system in order to improve the performance and viability of the sector. The power producers indicated that they have a number of projects in the pipeline, but that these remain financially hamstrung, mainly as local financing institutions have not been issuing long-term loan facilities, which are critical to drive investment into power generation projects. Zimbabwe has issued more than 70 IPP licenses, but only 20 have been implemented amid various constraints that include policy-related challenges and financial constraints. If the majority of these had been implemented, they could significantly cut the gap between demand and supply. Players in the sector said most of the finance institutions were only willing to give loans with 5-year tenure and below. This has presented a major challenge to the operators given that energy projects have long gestation periods, thus need long-term capital. The IPPs noted that their off-taker price was 9 cents kilowatt-hour, but argued the money was losing value to approximately 7 cents kilowatt-hour when converted at the official exchange rate. Zimbabwe continues to face energy supply constraints despite the abundance of untapped potential in the renewable energy sector given the current 2 gigawatts of unmet demand. According to Zimbabwe Electricity Transmission and Distribution Company, ZTDC, Acting Managing Director Engineer Howard Choga, the country's projected demand for energy is likely to reach 2350 megawatts by 2025, especially with high demand from the mining sector. While addressing delegates at the ZERA-organized workshop, Infrastructure Development Bank of Zimbabwe, IDBZ, Principal Investment Officer Jameson Jabing said investors in the renewable energy sector incur costs mainly in foreign currency but sell the power in local currency, which was not financially viable. He said the move was discouraging investors from getting into the field. Authorities should address the issue of currency convertibility because investors will continue to shy away from investing in the energy sector. There is a lack of foreign currency used to import critical materials in this sector. A lot of material needs to be imported, but you go on the auction system and you will be to access at least 10% of your requirements, so that is a challenge, said Mr. Jabing. Victor Utedzi, director of an independent transmission development company ATC, said the official exchange rate did not in the best of ways reflect the obtaining economic reality prevailing on the ground. The issue has been the currency at which we are paid. Our tariffs are denominated in United States dollars, and the payments are made at the ruling exchange rate. Some of our members have foreign financing obligations. It then becomes difficult to convert the money they would have received at market rate to be able to meet those obligations. The truth of the matter is our tariffs are consistently being eroded. If ZERA would have given US 9 cents per kilowatt hours by the time I deliver 1 megawatt hour, we plead that we paid the 9 US cents per kilowatt hours. If paid in Zimbabwe dollar, it should be able to be convertible easily, and that's not the case, said Mr. Utedzi. Another player in the energy sector, Elliot Chatima, said the country's unmet demand presented a huge opportunity for the energy sector, but the issue of currency convertibility needed to be urgently addressed. Funds are being raised in foreign jurisdictions, their contractual cash flows are in local currency, and are expected to service the foreign debt that needs to be addressed as soon as possible, said Mr. Chatima.